Oh, hello. How are you all doing tonight? I do a bit of a workout. I do some back, maybe some, we'll see, maybe a bit of abs. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Hope everyone's well. So, yeah, gonna do some bent over rolls with the band. So, alright, that's what we do. Just put your foot under, over one of them, and we're just gonna do this. And then other side. Hello, Horseman 2000. Hello, Chef Lizzie Food. Hello, Richard. Hello, How you doing tonight? Hope you're all well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Nice beard. Yeah, I'm gonna trim it soon. Yeah. Yeah, I've not trimmed it for a while, but it's just that if I let it grow too much, it starts to look a bit scruffy. No, I'm not. It's Roblox game. Nah. Alright, let's just do another round of these. So How are we doing tonight, everybody? Hello, Timmy. I'm okay, thank you. How are you doing? Welcome in here. Horseman says, damn what? I've been doing deadlifts with the bands, and what I do to add resistance is use a second band. So, let me just, hello Shazad. I'm okay, thank you. How you doing? How's your Christmas been? Just gonna do some of the deadlifts with the resistance bands. Alright, here we go. Just put the phone down here. Alright. Wait a sec, what am I doing? I need to put it, yeah. Put my arms, hang on, yeah. Should lift like this. I'll try and move back a little bit so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So when you're doing the deadlift, it's to not be like around in your spine, around in your back, I mean. So you don't want to be like doing this. That is not good. So what you want to be doing is when you're lowering down, you want to try and minimize any rounding of the spine. So you just want to make sure that your form is good. Nearly 2 weeks, no gambling. Did another 6-mile walk today. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's good then. Glad to hear it. Guys, can you like the live, please? If you don't mind. Yeah. So you can actually do leg extensions with the bands. So I'll show you how you do that. So get yourself a band and hang on. Just try to remember how you do it again. Yeah, so you just put one foot. So you kind of like put one foot over it so you can just like do that. same on the other side now. Alright, so that's leg extensions. Hello AD, how you doing? Depends really, I don't know like the actual weight of it, but there's, that one was XXL, but it looks on the package that they're more designed for women. But if you want to like increase the resistance, you can just add an extra resistance band on top. I find that that helps to increase the resistance. Yeah, I've been working out pretty much every day for like probably weeks now. But the last few days I kind of went a little bit lighter because I was getting some like cumulative fatigue, I think, from all the workouts, and the thing is that you only grow when you're resting, so you don't grow while you're training, you grow while you're resting. That's the thing that people think, oh, if the more that I train, the more I'm going to build, but that's not really the case. It's only a case up to a certain point. How much I don't know, I got it for Christmas, so yeah. So you can do pretty much like a whole body workout with it. Like you can even do hamstring curls. So I'll show you that as well. Actually, I've been kind of doing some of them as well lately. So to do hamstring curls, what I do is I kind of turn it into like a figure of 8, and just like so I put a foot in one side and a foot in the other side. Like a, so I think this was the only way to actually get it to work, but I'll try and show you what this looks like. See if I can get a good angle. Alright, so hang on. Wait a sec. That's it. You need to actually like the way that you do it. Trying to like work out like how you're supposed to best kind of do it. So you need to sort of like when you put it on your feet, to like have it kind of pinned to the ground with the other foot somehow. Alright. Sort of like that. Ah, shit. What the fuck? Ah. Right, that did not really work so well. Yeah. Right, for now I'm just going to use this. Fuck it. I can kind of do the same with this. So what I do is I just I don't know, I need to try and figure out how to do the pretty properly. There'll be a YouTube, I've seen YouTube tutorials with the resistance band, but I don't really remember how to do it properly. Yeah, I thought it had snapped, but they are quite strong, so yeah, I thought at first I had snapped it, but seems to be fine, so yeah, I need to look at a proper tutorial on that one, because I don't think I've quite got it right. So yeah, for now I'll probably just use the bag, because I'm trying to like figure it all out for a full body, because when I go traveling I want to have like pretty much a full body workout without any equipment other than the resistance bands, apart from maybe some rails that I can do pull-ups on, or so I can do like grip type of exercises really, but other than that I won't need any equipment. So I can do some like calisthenics exercises and bands. That's all I'll basically need, so yeah. Alright, let's just there's something off with my left leg at the moment. I think it was the way I was sat at Christmas in this freaking chair, and it was like straining my leg on one side, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Yeah, what burns? What must burn? That doesn't really burn, that exercise, but yeah. I might just do a bit of I can do shrugs actually. So that's a good exercise to do with the bands. When it fell off, no, it didn't hurt at all. No, it didn't even like. No, I didn't even feel anything. Yeah, so I'm gonna do shrugs. So for this one, I'm gonna use two bands, kind of like when I do the deadlifts. So I'll just put the camera here so you can see. So they're not really that kind of like, look, they're not really that kind of strong, but if I then like put the other one on, the other one's a little bit stronger. That's the strongest one I've got. But so I just like hang on a second. This ain't right, is it? I'm trying to remember how. Right, yeah. How am I supposed to? Oh yeah, here we go. Right, now the other side. You might be wondering why I've got my jacket on. I don't really put the heating on much in here, so it's what, 14.5 degrees in here right now. Hello, Aza Animation. How you doing tonight? Hope all is well. Hope you've had a blessed day. How has your Christmas been? So yeah, check out my last video when you get a chance. I was like, yeah, I was really excited to put that one out because I think it's a good, I think it's a good cause. I think it's something, yeah, good to share. Because don't we all like free shit, you know? Everyone loves a freebie. So I've been learning about like different kind of squats. Apparently if you do low bar squats, it pretty much works the muscles the same way as a deadlift. So yeah, that's something I've learned about today. Because it has to do with like your back sort of like tilts over more, but you're not really going into as like deep of a squat though with like the that variation. Good, that's good then. Make sure you like the live people. Got 8 people and 3 likes. Can we get the likes up, everyone? Okay, it's down to 3 people now. Okay. I'm just going to use the one band because what I'm going to do now is like, well, I'll show you. But you can do different variations with the shrugs. So sometimes I do it like this. And then the other way, like. Off topic, but I got one of those hair trimmer things off for Xmas, and I'm down how to use the thing. Have you got one? Now I've got a beard trimmer, if that counts. Anyway, share this out if you can, guys. No Anton tonight. Yeah, a bit slow in here, but it's okay, I guess. I might do some forearm stuff actually, because yeah, I was doing this like wrist curl thing. So what you do, you could just get a band or get a weight. You just kind of do this. You're just doing that for reps. Might look a bit stupid, but try it. This will make your wrist stronger. So do the other side now. See, I was like banging some of these out yesterday. Yeah. Hello, T. Who's Sybil? Wanted to get a heated beard comb, let it grow, but decided to use the trimmer today. I was sweating too much. Heck, was itchy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna trim it soon. Did you see my last video? I was talking about a site that you can use to get free food, but depends on what kind of food you eat. But there's probably something for everybody. I know you said you liked a lot of meat, so there was some of that stuff on there, but it's stuff that like the shops are like need to get rid of basically because it's past its sell by date, a lot of it. So yeah, I'm gonna do the wrist curls the other way now, I think. So I did them that way, now I'm gonna do them this way. To work in a different part of the wrist. And then switch to the other side. I use Too Good To Go app for food. Yeah. I mean, yeah, similar to that, really. Is it free on that? I thought didn't you have to pay on Too Good To Go? But I've heard that one's a good one as well. I've not used that one. I might have to look at it because I know my mum were telling me about that one, but and there was someone else that were using it as well. But with this app, you actually can get food for free. You have to actually go and pick it up. But I think is it Too Good To Go is where like you get it delivered or something. But with Olio, there is no delivery. You have to go and collect it. So it depends if there's stuff in your area, then you can go and get it. But luckily, there was one that was about like half a mile from me, so yeah, so it was only like a few minutes, like walking distance, really. So it was quite ideal, really. Alright, I'm going to do some more wrist curls, so yeah. Hope everyone's had a good day today. I'm just trying to focus on this at the moment. So yeah, you've got to do like both pronated and supinated. I don't know if it's worth doing neutral ones as well. Yeah, King Dale Clark, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, just yeah, he was doing that, yeah, accusing everybody of being a troll. Even when I knew people that weren't being one, it was like, oh, it's some fake Indian account. Even though, I mean, in some cases, some people were being trolls, but yeah, it's like, maybe you're being a bit too cynical, but probably just doing it deliberately. Yeah, so yeah, when people start accusing everybody of being a troll, then they're probably the one that's the troll. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll be with you guys in a sec. So yeah, what's your plans for the week ahead? Hello, Remy, how you doing? Wonder if that too good to go app sells near sell by date stuff. Yeah, probably. A lot of it will be. I always thought his questions were almost like he was reading them off the internet or something, or from books. Yeah, it just seemed a bit kind of like it wasn't his like own kind of thoughts. Just seemed a bit weird, like he was just reading off some script. Like the way he was kind of just, some of the questions were just really weird, like asking about, oh, what would you do if like someone farted next to you in a gym? It's like, I don't know. Hello, Toy Pups. Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? Hope all is well with you. Hello, Shariah. Welcome in here. Modders up, it's Christmas. I don't usually mod people up, so um actually. It's like it's nothing like personal or anything, it's just it's just if I start adding mods then I'll have to add everyone as mods, so I'm like it just ends up getting all messy if I start adding mods, if you get me. Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna do a bit more on the left side because it feels like the left side's not been worked as hard, so it's gotta go by like what it feels like. So let's do a few more. I'm gonna try and squeeze the forearms. Try and get that tension. Alright. That should be enough. We are legit. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't particularly like it when people ask to be mods. It's like, is it real? I don't know. What you want to be a mod for? Do you want to drop your link or something? Or, yeah. It's like, if people want to drop the link, we can do that if you want. There's no problem with that. So, what time are we on now? Nearly 10 to 9. Jace has too many mods. It's up to him, really. If he wants to have mods, then if he wants to have everyone as mods, that's up to him. I don't really see him in my lives much these days. But he did say that we should like go live together. So yeah. So that's my forearms worked out. Feel a bit of like a little bit of a pump in them. So it must be doing something. I tend to find that forearms can easily get fatigued, but they tend to recover quite quickly. So I think it's because we use our arms a lot. We use our forearms a lot. So you might find that they can, like they fatigue after a while, but like a day later or even a few hours later, it's like that strain is gone. Almost like he's forgot about this community. Haven't seen him around for ages now. I saw him on Christmas Day here, and I asked him about like how long he could plank for, and he said that he could do it 20 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I'd have to see him do it. 20 minutes is a long time planking. Like, trust me. Like, if you can do that, props to you. You're a legend. I would have to keep stopping. I don't watch sports. Sometimes I just watch some stupid like fitness cringy stuff sometimes, to be honest. Like I like some interesting stuff, like some of like difficult calisthenics moves and stuff like that, but yeah. Not really into sports. I don't really watch like competitive sports. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with Jace. I guess, because he's built his thing up, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like he's more just focused on that, and he goes to like yogi as well. Maybe it's because there's more people watching there, so he kind of just goes there, be part of that, and I don't know. Because half the time these lives just don't really get that many people, so sometimes people just want to come here because they want to go wherever it's popular or whatever, and if they see that there's not that much going on, they don't really want to be there. That's the unfortunate thing. 20 minutes, he's old but keeps fit and he's good stamina for his age, but I doubt he can do 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if like, and what, the form of it, maybe like if he's doing planking, is he doing it like, with an arch in his back? Is he doing it from the knees? I'd have to ask him more specifically, and maybe he could do like a video where he actually puts his money where his mouth is. He did say he could do 60 sit-ups in a minute. And that was like, he did it with like somewhere to like support. But yeah, like when I went down to the sit-up bench, like I think I might have done about 40 to 50, but yeah, I mean he has got good like ab strength, so I'll give him that. He's really got the popping abs, especially for someone of his age. Like his abs almost give fucking Liver King a run for his money, and that guy was blasting gear, and I think he still is, but he got called out on it, blasting all kinds of gear. Like it literally cost him like, I think it was like, was it over 1,000 a month, or it might have been 10,000 a month, some crazy amounts of money that it cost him for all of his gear. I've heard a few people suffering injuries from following his techniques. Yeah, someone was saying about like, I don't know if it was you that was saying that about getting neck injuries or something like that. But when you're doing, like I said, when you're doing the sit-ups, yeah, when you're doing the sit-ups, this is what I do. I'll just so yeah, basically like when you're doing a sit-up, make sure you keep your neck. You don't want to be like doing that, or you don't want to be like trying to like use your neck to kind of thrust you forward. You want to like control all the, with good form. I don't really do a lot of like full range of motion ones because I just find that they don't really do much for muscles. What you could do is just go halfway back, pause, and then come up. So it's all about control and just like not sacrificing form for like ego lifting or whatever. So make sure your neck is not getting strained basically. So yeah, that's if you're doing setups. So yeah. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. I'm going to do a few leg raises. How are we doing, people? Hope you're all doing well. But yeah, as long as you don't tilt your neck as you're sitting up, you probably won't have any issues. But yeah, if people are having like issues with his techniques, it could be that they're just not using proper form. But I think maybe it's something that needs to be a bit more stressed when doing these sort of things, that sit-ups can be straining on the neck if you don't do them properly. So just a bit of advice for people: you don't want any like neck injuries, that can really set you back. So need to warm up first. Yeah, I don't usually really warm up before my workouts. Maybe that's bad, but I don't know. I just tend to always find that I can sort of like get straight into it. But I'd suggest that people probably should warm up. I mean, some people do warm-up sets where they use a lighter weight at the beginning and then progressively use heavier weights. So that's one way you could do it, but some might argue that that's just junk volume and it just creates a bunch of fatigue. There's a thing called stimulus to fatigue ratio, where you try to kind of like prioritize exercises that do not like fatigue you quickly but still give a good stimulus. And if you do a lot of warm-up sets, could that cause fatigue and then end up having an effect on your performance on the later sets? I don't know, but maybe a little warm-up might be good, even if it's just a little bit of cardio or something to get your body warmed up, to get blood flowing around your body. But cardio is good for your overall health, so I'd recommend adding in a bit of cardio from time to time. just to kind of keep your heart and lungs healthy, because resistance training can be good in some ways for that, but it depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're doing like lower body exercises, then that can actually be quite a good form of cardio, especially if you're doing the higher reps. Like if you're doing, say, 20 to 30 reps of squats at a reasonably heavy weight, then you might find that that is actually kind of becomes kind of like a cardio sort of exercise. And you could even do some like supersets. So you could do squats at, say, 20 reps of squats, and then do leg curls straight after. So you kind of keeping your heart rate elevated to a degree throughout your whole session, and that can sort of like count towards your cardio. But yeah, that's just see one guy using a hair dryer, which sounds maybe on the muscle mass. What? Hair dryer? What the hell? What's a hair dryer got to do with muscle mass? Oh yeah, I should do some lateral raises, so I can show you how I do them with the bands, actually. But I might do a few more sit-ups. So I'm just kind of walking around aimlessly. Yeah, so you pause at the most kind of tensed up part of it. Alright, then we do. Think that is crazy. What? Hair dryer? Is that for real? You're being stupid now, aren't you? I mean, come on. Hair dryer to warm the muscles up. Sounds like something like a TikToker would do. Best way to warm up the muscles, and they put a hair dryer on it or some shit. Hello, Liliana. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. So on TikTok, I reckon it was clickbait. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit on there. Clickbait, rage bait, you know. I don't really trust anything on that shit talk. Even YouTube, it's just all a brain rot, really, isn't it? All right. What did I put the other band? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I've got like a light one that I use. So I'm going to do some lateral raises with this. So you just put 1 foot like this, and then, hang on, no, you don't do that, you just lift this up like this. So I'm going to do the other side now. Yeah. Might do another set of those and then I'm gonna call it a night, I think. I wonder if there's a neck exercise they can do with bands. I find that shrugs actually work the neck to a degree, because people are like, oh, how have I got the thick neck, you know? Because when you're doing shrugs, right, look, it actually kind of tense your neck up a little bit when you're doing it. So it could actually help your neck get a little bit wider. So that could be a tip. Incorporate some shrugs to get your neck wider. So it might help a little bit, like, get some like indirect training on your neck. You could always do some isolation, but looks like I don't really need to. Yeah, let's just do another set of these, and then I'm going. So yeah, we're doing 10 reps on either side. And then other side now. Got those guys with necks almost as big as their heads, pit bulls all. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's this band called Cannibal Corpse. You should see the neck on the vocalist of that band. Yeah. He's got a huge neck. I think Henry Rollins has quite a big neck as well, if I remember. He's pretty built. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pit bulls. Didn't they ban them? But I heard that did they unban it or something? Because I remember there was like someone got like some, like toddler or whatever they were, like got mauled to death by a pit bull. But they say, it's not the pit bull's fault; it's the owner. I was just thinking of Rollins. Yeah, he's a pretty built guy. Yeah, and his neck is like just something that stood out to me. I remember that song, Low Self Opinion, great song that. Yeah. It's got good lyrics. And a good groove. It's like, yeah. But yeah, some of it's just kind of more like, it's almost like spoken word. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's sort of like, it's not speaking, but it's not singing. It's kind of like somewhere in between kind of thing. Yeah. There's quite a few bands that do that sort of thing. The Coates guy head banging built his neck up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That, yeah, when you just like headbanging so much. I remember I was like headbanging so much they ended up with like my neck got like strained when I was just banging my head to some like really heavy music or something. And I was like, yeah, because he's not exactly like, I don't think he's built, is he? But I mean, Rollins is actually built. He's got like quite a built physique. So, but actually, headbanging's probably gonna, when they're doing all this kind of stuff with the like, it's actually training your neck. So yeah, yeah, maybe that could be a tip if you want to build your neck up. Become a metalhead. Grow your hair, become a metalhead, and just start like swishing your hair about. Yeah. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, all the headbanging will. Yeah, maybe that'll help. I've heard it can help like prevent whiplash. So yeah, it's so yeah, it could be good to have that in case of that happening. Really, Rollins fitter, but the Coates guy really fat now. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them end up like, maybe it's the lifestyle and they're like drink a lot of beer and shit like that. Oh, have you seen frickin' what's he called? Russell Crowe. What is it? Maximus Decimus Meridius, commanders of the armies of the north. That guy. And he's like, you look at him like back in Gladiator and he was pretty fit. And then you look at him now, he looks like pretty much like the physique of Peter Griffin or something. Oh, there was this guy, right? There was this like alpha male wannabe guy. Um, and people, I was watching this video, and there were like people were like roasted him in the comments, saying that he sounded like Patrick from SpongeBob. Yeah, I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And then someone said that he was that he sounded like Napoleon Dynamite. So I had to go and like check that out to like it kind of like sounded like a kind of cross between those two. Yeah, I thought that was quite. There's a Slayer singer, Tom, ended with neck surgery. He can't do it anymore. That's a shame. Why did he go too far with it or something? And then, yeah, that's sad, isn't it? Yeah, you gotta be careful, isn't it? Yeah, what's he called? The Slayer singer. So I didn't know you was into like your metal, but yeah. Some of them end up with like vocal problems as well. Like I've heard, like especially when they're doing like the screaming and growling vocals and stuff, and they're like, if they do it the wrong way, they can end up tearing their vocal cords. But I think a lot of them have kind of, not so stupid now because they've seen what's happened to other people. So it's all about making sure that you're using the diaphragm support and not just like doing it from your throat, because that can really strain your throat when you're trying to force it from your throat. Oh, Tom Arian. Oh yeah. Right, I'm just doing another set of these. Yeah. I could just do some regular lateral raises. I don't know, like some say that doing it on an angle is supposed to be better, and I don't know. Some people get a bit kind of caught up in technicalities and stuff. But actually, I'll probably just let's just try this. Hang on. Let's try it again with the other one. It's just I have to lift my leg up if I'm doing that. So I need to be able to so I can't just be like doing it all the way from down there. No, that's still too heavy. So yeah. Right, so and then other side now. We'll turn around. Kind of build those cat delts in it, you know. Phil from Bantera nearly on Rollins level neck-wise. Oh yeah. Yeah, if I remember, yeah, he does have quite a thick neck. What did you think of the whole, yeah, Phil and, yeah, like what was the guy from Machine Head? And there was that whole thing of like, yeah, the whole thing about like, yeah, when he was performing with, I think he was like, when he did a show with Machine Head and he was, came out with that white power thing and he was just, yeah, he was trying to make out like, oh, it was just an inside joke, but then someone pulled up a thing from years before then where he said it before, so yeah. Was it just a joke then as well? So yeah, I think that, yeah, the guys, I don't know, maybe he's actually a closeted racist, I don't know. Who knows really, but it's just, yeah. It's like, why did he need to to do that? It's not gonna end well for him. But then again, I suppose when people are drunk, then oftentimes they, yeah, you know, like their inhibitions are lowered and they'll say things that they wouldn't say when they're sober. Flynn called him out. Yeah, I remember that. I watched the video where Flynn, yeah. Yeah, is it Rob Flynn or whatever it was called? Yeah. But yeah, like I remember someone was saying that Machine Head's kind of like a cross between sort of Pantera and Slipknot. I can kind of see that in terms of like the vocals and like, yeah, even like the kind of like the riffs and things like that, I suppose. In fact, I actually thought at first, like when I heard Machine Head, that the guy actually was Corey Taylor or something, but no, it's a different guy. Yeah, Rob Flynn. Yeah, that was a lot of people didn't really like their new metal era, but yeah, what was it called? From This Day, whatever it was called. That was like, because everyone was just all jumping on the whole new metal thing at the time, and yeah, some of the bands were a bit cringy, like doing all that, like where it's like, I heard that even Slayer did that at one point in the 90s. I know like Sepultura did with that Roots album, but yeah, I actually listened to that album. I remember like I'm sure Korn was saying that they were basically ripped off them, like their style. But so many people were at the time. Hello, John. How you doing? Alright, go away. Just yeah, go leave me alone. The Blackening, yeah, Blackening. I've listened to that from Machine Head. Yeah, that was a good listen. It's kind of like they went more progressive on that, didn't they? Really? Yeah, they were kind of a bit more complicated, like song structures and things. And yeah, I guess you could say it's kind of like how Avenged Sevenfold went, like especially when they got to like City of Evil. Even the second album was somewhat progressive as well, but yeah. But yeah, City of Evil, well, they went really a lot more, like more in a progressive direction, if you will. Rob gave Korn the first break. Oh, really? I didn't know that. And then Cohen was like, yeah, became very famous. Like, I suppose, like, yeah, they just, because they like were, some argue that they weren't the first to do what they did. In fact, some say Fear Factory actually sort of like started new metal actually, but I actually watched this video. Um, all right, yeah, you're both going out of here, so goodbye. The whole down tune stuff. Yeah, that whole thing. I mean, Fear Factory kind of like started. You could say they kind of started that really. They were doing a lot of like, yeah. I think if I remember like, yeah, back in like 90, maybe 91, 92, something like that. Like the very early stuff, like it might have been 93, but yeah. I mean, 93 was when Colin kind of first brought their demos out and stuff, but yeah, Fear Factory, yeah, it was more kind of like, I guess you could even say before then you had bands like Helmet, but that was more, I don't know what you'd really call that. Some say it's more alternative or more post-hardcore influenced, really. Especially like I listened to like their first record. I've listened to some of their other stuff as well, but yeah, Helmet's another one. They don't really. I think they might use the odd solo, but they do a lot of like kind of like staccato riffs. I think they were kind of like what started that whole thing. This kind of like, yeah, like the whole kind of stopping and starting kind of thing. Yeah. That very kind of like rhythmic kind of riffs that they do. But I don't know whether you'd really call that. I mean, some say they're alternative metal, some say it's post-hardcore. I guess it's kind of like somewhere in between. But yeah, Cold Chamber's more like industrial. Yeah. Then you've got like stuff like what is it? What are they called? Static X. They're a bit like that. Well, even Static X kind of had a bit of a new metal phase as well, but I used to listen to that like those songs like The Only and a few of their songs. There were some good jams, but yeah. Yeah, I remember I used to sing that song The Only because I remember there was actually someone in my class at school, and we used to like be into Static X and some of like the metal stuff, and there was a couple of them that were like friends, and I kind of used to talk to them about some of the bands that they were into, like they were into like Slipknot and things like that. And I kind of just started getting into a few bands. I started watching like Kerrang on TV and stuff like that, just kind of listening to some bands off there. So where I kind of found a lot of these bands like Machine Head, for example, and yeah, Static did that staccato thing big time. Yeah. A lot of like the industrial stuff do that whole like rhythmic kind of stuff. Like you think of like bands like Rammstein, definitely. Yeah, they do a lot of that. Yeah. Like rhythmic type of stuff, not really using guitar soloing. Um, yeah. What about Deftones? You like them? I mean, they kind of have their own kind of unique sound, and so many people try to copy off them. Some say that like their early stuff was kind of new metal, but I wouldn't even really call them ever really a new metal band. They were kind of just a thing on their own, really. Um, I mean, the earlier stuff was probably more influenced from like Helmet and probably some other bands like
like bands like Jawbox, because I know like they did some covers of some of those sort of bands, Jawbox and um yeah, some of like the post-hardcore stuff. So if you listen to like the early stuff, it had more of that influence. Deftones were one-offs. What do you mean, like, hello Simon? Do you mean like that they're like a thing on their own? You mean like it's yeah, I think especially as like time went on, they sort of like started to craft their own unique sound. They started to kind of incorporate some like shoegaze and like dream pop kind of elements in there. So they've probably been listening to a lot of like My Bloody Valentine and stuff like that, and but also listen to like Helmet and other bands, and it sounds like they also like bands like Meshuggah and like more like the kind of genty type stuff as well. Because if you listen to like some of the later stuff where it had this kind of like very down tuned stuff with like 7 to 8 strings, all that harmony distortion. Yeah, that's what these like. Yeah, these yeah, shoegaze bands basically. Where there's a lot of like echoes and different effects going on, and yeah, so they started that with like kind of White Pony. They think of like Digital Bath, that kind of started that sort of sound with the kind of more dreamy sort of sound that yeah, I would say like that album was kind of like they'd sort of like built the foundation for going forward. I would probably say that's probably still like their best record. Shoegaze, brutal most popular one. Yeah, there was this band called Loathe that was been getting into them. They kind of have that sound where it's kind of like got a juxtaposition between like extreme metal and like shoegaze. It's kind of like Deftonesy sort of stuff with like if you mix it with like Meshuggah and even some black metal stuff as well at times. Like they'll like randomly throw in some like this really kind of like intense black metal passage. Yeah, yeah. There's many now. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of these kind of like fusion bands, like like kind of Black Omens and stuff. It starts to get to a point of being a bit kind of yeah. It's more like fangirly type bands. I'm not really into a lot of them, to be honest. There's like what else is there? Like band called Sleep Talk and never really got into them. I listened to a couple of it, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, I guess, but I just didn't really feel like there was anything to kind of, I don't know, that nothing really that kind of memorable about it for me personally. It just, yeah, it's like it was sort of like building up into something, but then half the time it would feel like a bit of like an anticlimax, and just, I don't know. I just didn't really see the appeal, like what are they trying, what is their kind of yeah, I don't know, it is what it is, but yeah, they're just right. I'm just do another set of the side notes. Yeah, all right. But yeah, there's just so many of these different kind of bands. It's like yeah, so all right, now other side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to like turn around. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the chat on to these bands. I'm into a lot of different stuff, but yeah, like I said, you know, like My Bloody Valentine and stuff like that. You know, band called Svalbard. Or are they from like Scandinavia? Welcome back, Jake. So have you been trying the sit-ups then? Because yeah, just like I said, don't be trying to like, you know, sort of like, you know, like tilt. Oh, hello, Anton. Better late than never, eh? Welcome in here. How have you been? Good to see you as always. Yeah. UK have a female singer. All right. Okay. What sort of band is it then? It's like Svalbard. It sounds like a Scandinavian name. Um. Yeah. 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 I'll have to maybe give them a listen. Fortunately, King Dale Clark has been caught out on being a troll. Yeah, shoegaze extreme metal. All right. Yeah, yeah. So that sounds interesting. There's actually a band that's got a female singer. They're called, what are they called? Trying to remember their name. But if you're into like kind of extreme stuff, Oathbreaker they're called. Yeah, it's kind of like post-hardcore meets kind of black metal and extreme metal, really. Kind of just like, yeah. But yeah, they've got a female singer. They also have like a male singer that does some parts as well, but yeah, the female does all like the screaming and some of the singing as well. But they're pretty cool. She pulls slicer. What is that a song? The weight of the mask is a good listen. Oh really? I'll have to check it out. Svalbard, it's called then. Yeah. You don't usually get a lot of females like doing extreme metal. I mean, what have you got? Like, I suppose you've got like Arch Enemy, if you call that extreme metal, but there's a few. I remember there was a band called Cerebral Bore. There was like a death metal band that's like got a female vocalist. Never really got into them, but yeah. But I did like listen to like one of the songs a while ago. I think they're from Scotland, if I remember. You don't usually get a lot of like female death metal or black metal bands. Oh yeah, take care, Jack. Oh, you're on the milk round. All right, so that's what you do for your work, is it?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think that there's a lot of people that like get milk delivered to them these days, is there? Seems like a bit of like an old kind of thing now, but I suppose there's still some people that get deliveries. I was made a video earlier. I don't know if you guys seen it, where I talked about this app that you can use to get free food. I don't know if it'll work in other countries. I don't know if it's just a UK thing, but I don't know if you can maybe get it in other countries. But you have to check it out. It's called Olio, however you pronounce it. Yeah, take care, Jake. So you can just like, yeah, you can use it to get some free shit. It's not even just food. You can get other stuff as well. Like sometimes people are like giving away stuff that they don't need. Like, so yeah, you just gotta check it out and see if you can find anything that, yeah. Sometimes people give away stuff on Facebook as well, I've heard as well. Like, they're either giving it away or it's like really cheap. So that's something I might incorporate when I'm doing the traveling, because it'd be great if I can just like get some like free food. Thing is though, when it comes to like vegetables, like how am I gonna cook the stuff? If I'm traveling, I need some kind of like setup to cook shit. Like I'll have to try and get a stove or something that I can, boil some water on or something. I'd have to get like I have to figure that out really, because then I can, like cook vegetables and stuff. Otherwise, I might be a bit limited. But yeah, I would still have to like buy some stuff, I guess. Like, you're not going to get everything on there. You're probably not going to get things like, like your long life sort of stuff, like your grains and your dried like lentils and things like that, because that they're not going to go off anytime soon. Yeah, still more popular than you might think. Oh, really? All right. Well, yeah, you take care. Still here then. What time are we on now? Yeah, nearly 9:45. So let's do one more set on these lateral raises. But yeah, it's fine if I have to still like buy a few things. It's just like, yeah. In fact, there's actually things that you can do to earn free gift cards. Like there's apps that you can use to get free gift cards, so you can use it to buy food and things. So yeah, that's something I've been doing. There's actually a thing called Microsoft Rewards. I haven't really used it for a while, but yeah, you can literally just like click on things and it'll add up points, and they sometimes put these quizzes on, and you can earn a bit of like, you can just like Google the answer, like, and yeah, but it's just there's things like that really. There's also things you can put on your phone where you like where it tracks your location and data and things like that, as well as like things like bandwidth sharing, and you can use that to earn free gift cards. So you could use some of this to like pay for some of your expenses. So yeah, so if people want to live like without so many expenses, and there is ways that you can do it. Yeah, I'll do one more set of these lateral raises before I go. I don't know whether to do maybe a bit more forearm stuff as well. Hello, Sadie. Thank you. How you doing? Welcome in here, Sadie. Yeah. I'm going to do another set of the forearms. So I'll just put the phone down so you can see it. So let's just put it under my foot, and then we're going to do some wrist curls. And then we'll do the other side. Hope everyone's had a good day today. Alright, and then we'll do it the other way. Pronated grip. I'll get to you guys in a second. Alright. Who's still here then? Let me know if she's still watching. So I'll be like wrapping it up in a sec. What's the last band you saw? I went to like a like music festival earlier this year, but last band I actually like properly like as in like that we went kind of like out of our way to see was a band called Melt Banana. They're like a really like obscure Japanese band. Should go check it out if you're into like stuff that's a bit kind of eccentric, shall I say. Then yeah, it's I'd say it's worth checking out. But they were really like, yeah, just really hectic stuff, really like yeah, quite like unorthodox kind of stuff, really. Yeah. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say like Mr. Bungle so much, but like I suppose in a way, but they're kind of like their own thing. Like, yeah, it's kind of like grindcore kind of meets like it's got some like electronic stuff in it. It's just like really just like all over the place. Really, it's just yeah. But there's bands like that. Like, I mean, there's bands like Maximum the Hormone. I suppose you could say they're a bit like Mr. Bungle in a way. I'd suggest check out Maximum the Hormone. Yeah, Mr. Bungle's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was funny because they did a song called "Quote Unquote" because the original name was Travolta, and apparently he didn't like it that they called their song Travolta. So they kind of like, yeah, did that as a bit of like a snarky kind of like, yeah. It was quite funny, but yeah, it was quite funny the way that they reacted to things. It's like that when something about like because there was this whole thing going on with them and Red Hot Chili Peppers, so because they didn't let them on the tour with them, so what they did instead, they actually just like did their own show where they I think it was a Halloween special where they all dressed up as members out of Red Hot Chili Peppers and did all of their mannerisms and everything, just completely torn them apart. Excellent video for Travolta. Oh yeah, it's quite creepy, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, it's quite. Have you seen that? What is it? Goodbye Sober Day. There's a fan made video for that, and it's absolutely amazing. Like the way that they like capture the essence of the song, like where they compile all these little like clips together. It's like really quite genius what they did. Sometimes fan made videos can actually be better than or as good as the the stuff that the band puts out. It's like wow, that that they really kind of like captured the feel of the song. Like yeah, the Peppers singer. Yeah, I saw some stuff about that actually. Yeah, because there's stuff where apparently he actually admitted to some dodgy stuff. It's like I think it's just maybe back then they were just that kind of cocky about things that they thought they could get away with anything. They could be like really open about it, and they could just get away with it because back then there was people like Savile being kind of protected, and it was kind of like a lot of these people just being kind of protected in these high up positions. So yeah, it's just sick, really. But yeah, it's definitely kind of yeah, it might put people off wanting to listen to it. Unfortunately, it's like especially when you get stuff like Lost Prophets, where look at like the singer from that band. Probably put most of the people off even listening to them because bragged about it. Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about it, isn't it? Yeah, he actually, yeah, not just open about it, but yeah, bragging about the fucked up shit that he does. And there's been stuff, and it's like if people don't believe that, there's literally stuff that's been caught on TV where he was like kind of basically forcing himself on a woman. You could tell she didn't really feel comfortable. Yeah, it was just really like, but yeah. But then at the time, people were like, oh, well, he was just being drunk or whatever, and just kind of like, a lot of people probably would have just kind of shrugged it off as that and just, it's like, yeah, whatever. But looking back, it's like, it's not right, is it? It's when you piece everything together, you can tell there's like malicious intent there. It's just a bit creepy, really, isn't it? Yeah, that prophets guy. Yeah, this an absolute like, yeah, absolutely horrible person. There's so many people like that that end up like falling from grace very quickly, where it's like they have been outed. It's like you had that YouTuber called Colleen Ballinger, who's been outed as a pred basically, and she wouldn't take any accountability whatsoever. Come out with some lame ass. It's not even an apology really. People say it's the worst apology ever. It wasn't even an apology. It was like her trying to kind of act like she's taking some accountability, but really trying to kind of act like the victim and trying to gaslight her audience and just like point the blame at the people who were calling her out on shit that she's done. Ice Cube was a child actor too. Oh yeah, Ice Cube. Yeah. It's a lot of actors were like obviously was it Macaulay, whatever it was called that was it Home Alone actor. But yeah, like, there's a lot of like child actors that then grow up and then continue to be actors. But I don't know. Sometimes it can really affect them because they feel like they're just kind of trapped into that life. They have all these like demands on them to keep on producing. So you can see why a lot of them end up with mental health. They say, be careful what you wish for. But the good thing with like Christian Bale, I think he's one that's like one of the good ones, I'd say, because he never let Hollywood sort of like control him. Like he was always like, I'll do what I want to do, even if I end up making less money, I don't care. So I think he's someone that's more respectable than a lot of these people like you. For example, like you've got someone like this freaking Snow White actress who's just a fucking insufferable. It's just looking at like the way that like the film industry, it's just getting worse and worse. And it's just a bunch of like woke nonsense nowadays that they're trying to push. I don't know if like half of them even believe in what they're saying. Like it's just maybe some of them actually do, because why would they try to stir up some controversy? Like wouldn't exactly be the best look for them, would it? But they still feel the need to go against a certain politician that they don't like. It's like, I think they're all corrupt, to be honest with you, but if you put out these posts and be like, trying to like basically split their audience down the middle, then the Hollywood mentality, because they think they're so important, like that their views are so important. It's like nobody gives a fuck. Just stay in your fucking lane. You're paid to be a fucking actor or an actress. You're not paid to fucking give your kind of stupid kind of views on politics or whatever. And even if it's not a stupid view or whatever, it's like nobody's really that. I mean, you could say some people want to see it, but it's just going to piss off half of your audience. It's not going to be the best for your, especially when you're slagging off the original Snow White movie. that is, it was a classic movie, right? It was the first one that started it all off, and to slag it off and be like, oh, it's in the past, all that, and it's not 1937 anymore. It's like, yeah, but like, the thing is that she was like a feminine woman who, was actually someone of like, that should be like, people should, like these women should look up to actually being something like, like a friendly, feminine woman, healthy, and just, yeah, wouldn't harm a fly. But you've got these fucking women now, they're trying to be like men. And honestly, I'm repulsed by that. It just doesn't feel right. It's like, if you're naturally that way inclined, okay, there's always going to be tomboys and all that, but it's this kind of feminist kind of brainwashing that's tainted a lot of these modern women. Oftentimes, these are like these kind of uni-educated women who've been indoctrinated with all the feminist bullshit. Oh yeah, the two from Wicked. Yeah, I saw there was this whole kind of like, this ego thing of like, front and center and all that, and it's like, even though she clearly was, but because she wasn't basically taking up the whole kind of like, like the, like, whatever you call it, like the cover photo of it. It's like then she's not happy about that because the other, was it Ariana Grande, got some attention in that. But have you seen that freaking Ariana Grande? What the hell's going on? Something's not right with her. Like, she almost looks like Eugenia Cooney. Like at this point, like, I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. It's like, what the hell? Like, she just looks almost like a skeleton. So you wanted people to see her face. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of narcissism and, yeah. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of narcissists in Hollywood, isn't there, Like, they think that, yeah, they're the most important person, and I suppose they profile a certain type of people, don't they? They need to profile people who are very self-centered and all they care about is money and fame above all else, because those are going to be the type of people who are easier to manipulate into certain roles. Because if you don't have principles, you don't care about, doing certain things, as long as it makes you famous and makes you a lot of money, you will just like bend the knee for anything, really. Yeah. Her eyes are the window of her soul, apparently, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, compromise, satanic. Well, I don't know about like satanic, because I hear this word thrown around a lot, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not a religious person. I mean, to me, like, I guess satanic could be seen as like, you think of like the devil, and like, to me, devil is kind of like just, kind of like evil forces, but it's not necessarily like any person in particular or any being in particular. It's just, it's all about like, it all comes down to intention, and there's all this thing about manifestation, and you get people in the elites who use manifestation for dark, sort of purposes, like they have all their kind of like, they might journal things of like evil intent, whilst they have everybody else just believing that they're worthless. But I do think that we are conditioned to feel like that we aren't worthy, but in reality we're actually a lot more powerful than we've been led to believe. If we believe that we can actually achieve things, then we can. And I think part of it is that we need to come together as a collective, and of course there's things that we can do on our own, but like coming together can actually synergize our power. Like this word team, together everyone achieves more. So I think it's just about trying to unite the good forces together. Eyes Wide Shut film says a lot. All right, just very nasty people. Yeah, it's just the worshipping of material things over things like family and connection and things like that. It's community, friendship, that kind of stuff. Worldly things, as some people call it. That's what they're worshipping. Worshipping status over family and and friends, and just being a good person. Having a purpose in life. It's like, yeah, you could have some status, you could have like, millions in the bank, but if you don't have purpose in your life, then you're probably not going to really be that happy. You're probably going to feel a void inside. We all need to have some purpose in life. And have a greater purpose. Be part of something greater than yourself. So even, just by me coming on here, because I'm, sharing my wisdom and my thoughts, that I feel like I'm actually contributing something at least. But if I'm not contributing anything, it just doesn't feel right, and I feel like there's some void. I feel good when I'm like giving advice to people and helping people towards their goals, even if it's only something small. So, but yeah, whatever you focus on will grow. So these people just want to focus on material things and gaining that no matter what the cost. But we have to focus on the opposite and bringing about love and peace. And the thing is, it's not even about bringing that about, it's about recognizing that within yourself. So this is something that Yogi's been speaking about like the things that we want in our life. We have to just recognize it within ourselves. Recognize the peace and the love and the harmony within yourself. Because if you can't recognize it within yourself, you're not going to see it externally. It's like how you need to respect yourself in order to get respect from other people. Because if you don't respect yourself, then who's going to respect you? Like, how can anyone respect you when you don't even respect yourself? You're a pushover. You're someone that's easily taken advantage of. So yeah, you have to respect yourself enough to not be taken advantage of. Then you won't be disrespected. And that's going to cause people to, actually be like, okay, I can't walk all over this person. I need to actually, provide some value to this person. Otherwise, they're not going to want to have anything to do with me. Because when it comes to like interactions, there's got to be a value exchange there. And if you feel like that you're not being given that, the right value exchange, then you need to say, I don't feel like I'm being respected in this situation. Either that person's just going to let you go, whether that's a friendship, relationship, whatever, or they're going to take accountability and start to actually respecting you. But you have to put your foot down and be like, that's it, I'm not putting up with this anymore. And that's how you get respect from people. Oh yeah, it was quite decent, Jerry. Yeah, it was quite nice. It apparently had some sauerkraut in it or something, so don't think I've ever really had that before, but yeah. It was fairly tasty, yeah. It was quite a big soup. It was like, yeah. But yeah, it had some like small chopped up potatoes in it and stuff. It was like, yeah, it had a few different veg in it, so it's a good like winter warmer, isn't it? That sort of stuff. Did you say you got something from it? From that app? But yeah, Olio, it's called. Yeah, if people want to check it out, like I said, I made a video about that, guys. If you haven't seen it, yeah, I was like so excited when I found that because I was like, oh, maybe this can actually be great, especially if I'm like start traveling and I could maybe get a bit of like random bits of free food while I'm going around. It cuts my bills down if I'm doing that. It was a huge tin. Yeah, it was. It was 800 mil, I think. Yeah. Which is, was it 800 mils or whatever it was? Yeah, it was, I think it was 800. Or was it 800 grams? I don't know. But yeah, it was decent, yeah. But yeah, I could do it maybe getting a few other bits. There was one that was selling, well not selling, I mean giving away free bananas. And apparently there's hundreds of them. So I might as well just get like myself 10 or 20 of them and I can just snack on them. Some people sell some people are just giving away multiple things. You might just get some random things like spinach and things like that. So it could be good because like oftentimes some of these vegetables can be quite expensive. So yeah, it's good to get free bits of stuff like that. Yes, I did. Pasta and a jar of tomato sauce. Was that good then? Yeah. So if you have that, then it could be is it tomato sauce? Do you mean like tomato sauce that you would put on like chips or something, or do you mean the tomato sauce to put on pasta? Like the tomato, like the tin of tomato, like kind of like pasta sauce. But some of them are all right. But yeah, depends which ones you get. Was tasty enough for tomorrow as well. I just added my own cheese. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. You can just add whatever you want into it. But at least it kind of cuts things down a bit. Like you can just, yeah, just kind of, yeah, just I suppose like it's kind of like going to a food bank, but it kind of almost feels a bit wrong because I'm like taking food that someone else could have had, but you know, but at the same time, I'm like, there's nothing really wrong with it. Because who knows if anyone would have actually took that food, you know? But what people should probably do, because there's a lot of these like breads and stuff like that, and if you're not going to use it, give it to the homeless. That might be an idea. Even if it's just like a loaf of bread, at least they're getting some nutrition. Especially if it's like a brown loaf of bread, at least get like a decent level of nutrition from that. Oh, it's a pesto pasta sauce. Oh yeah, they're quite nice, aren't they? Yeah. Thing is, they tend to put a lot of oil in that stuff. It's usually not a good kind of oil. Like if you make your own, you can just like use olive oil or something. That'll probably be a bit better. Yeah, it's. I remember like me and my mum made a pesto pasta once. We did it with, I think it might have been extra virgin olive oil actually. That's supposed to be the healthiest one. Yeah, what time are we on? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get going. Yeah, ultra processed oil is probably used. Yeah, if you make your own, then it's healthier. But yeah, obviously you've got to kind of mess around a bit, kind of get some, chop up some basil, or you could maybe use dried basil, but you're probably better off just trying to get some fresh basil leaves, chop it up in a blender. Hello Metric, good to see you again. How have you been? You alright? Yeah, pesto pasta, yeah. Yeah, chop up some of that in a blender. You could also use a bit of lemon juice as well. Maybe you could mix a little bit of oil, but you could mix a bit of lemon in as well. That could be an idea. So just kind of like, you don't necessarily have to use loads of oil. But you just got to try what works for you. And I used nutritional yeast flakes for kind of like the savory part of it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get going, guys. I need the toilet, and I might see if Yogi's live. So yeah. But yeah, like most of the food that people are eating nowadays is ultra processed, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye.